Well, good morning, anyone and everyone who tunes into this. I got myself a new camera mount for my phone here in the car, and I figured I'd test it out on Facebook Live. Why the heck not? Taking an early morning drive around Key West, gonna head down Duval Street here in just a minute. And then I have to go back and start my work day because I'm actually attending a conference this week called Learning Solutions, which is absolutely fantastic. So, you know, it starts in about an hour, and hey, this trip is so fast because it's Key West and you can get anywhere in about 5-10 minutes. That's just the way it is. So right now I'm at the corner of United and Simonton Street. One block up ahead there, that is Duval Street, and that's where I'm going to turn and try not to run over any tourists. Hopefully there's not a lot of them out at this time of the morning. Usually this time of the morning you see a lot of delivery trucks and things like that that tend to block the way on Duval. So hopefully I will not be uttering any severe cuss words. I try not to get road rage. You know, life is a breeze in the Florida Keys, and you just really have to kind of take it easy. So let's navigate this four-way stop. I'm not gonna forfeit safe driving for the sake of the broadcast. So here we go. We are turning onto Duval Street again from United. Let's see if I can aim this out a little bit better. Lots of people waiting for these. These are very popular restaurants here. Banana Cafe and La Grignote, I think is how you say that one. I have not been to either one, believe it or not, just haven't. Over here on the right, this is the very famous for a lot of us, La Tida, and they have a fabulous breakfast. So they have a fabulous everything. Used to go to Sunday tea dances there when, shh, don't tell anybody I wasn't old enough to be there, but it's true, I was not, but I still had a great time. And so now we're coming up to the intersection of Duval and Truman Avenue. Truman Avenue is a main artery that comes in for US 1. You can actually see on the sign perhaps that it says US 1 Truman Avenue. And we are literally, one block over and about 3 blocks away from mile marker 0, which is very, very famous. Now, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to maintain my broadcast as I go by the tallest building in Key West, which is the Conch Hotel, and you're going to see that start to come into view on the left here in just a second. Every time I drive by there, my satellite cuts out, so I don't know if Facebook Live is going to do any better than that. But here we go, cruising down. We're coming up to an awesome intersection here with the 801 bar here on the right. This is kind of our gay square, if you will. If you look at the road, you can see we have the rainbow flags painted here. Bourbon Street pub over there on the left. If my friend Debbie takes a look at this, I know she's performed there more than one occasion, so she'll enjoy seeing that. We do have some early morning tourists. Oh, here's Aqua, one of my fave drag clubs over here on the right. I'm not sure who is watching, but I see someone is watching, and thank you for being there. I don't believe I have comments turned on, so it's very hard for me to see. Plus, I am trying to drive, and I've got this thing mounted in front of me, so trying to be ultra careful. Like I say, first time doing this, and I just want to see how it goes. You can see by that clock there on the left, it's about 10 after 9 a.m. We do have a few tourists and a few locals roaming around. We may see some delivery trucks coming up if this broadcast holds. Sadly, we do have some, empty, vacant places down here now because of COVID, what it did over the last year. But, hey, it happened all around. It didn't just happen to Key West. Now, this is the big La Concha here on the left side. Let me move this up just a little bit. You can see because I'm stopped at this light. Very famous, old, and very haunted hotel, gotta tell you. And this is where my satellite generally drops if I'm listening to Sirius XM. So we'll see if it holds as I move through here. I'd like to get you all the way down Duval. Of course, we didn't start completely at the end by the Atlantic, but Duval Street is considered like the longest street in the world or some such. It's only a mile, but it goes from the Atlantic Ocean to the Gulf of Mexico. So interesting little Key West facts if you haven't had them. This over here, St. Paul's Episcopal Church, very important church in my family. My great-grandmother used to bake the communion crackers, wafers, whatever they're called. She actually has her name on a pew in the church there. So very interesting stuff. You can actually see all the way down to the end of Duval now, which is where the Gulf of Mexico is. And that is, we're getting close to like what I call the real party section of Key West, spring break craziness. You got all the bars like Sloppy Joe's. We're gonna go by famous Sloppy Joe's. You got Rick's Bar, all the party places. But it's also, from what I can tell, the hardest hit area for closures from COVID. I'm seeing so many empty buildings down there, and have been. Although I am starting to see people start to come back in to some of the shops, so that's kind of neat too. Famous Bull and Whistle. There's a big bar, and that's also big in my family. My great aunt Florence, her first husband was Octavio Ratio, and that was his childhood home. The Ratio family lived in the Bull and Whistle, and they owned a lot of this street right here, believe it or not. They sold far too early because it's worth probably billions now. But I kind of missed it here, but I'm right next door to Sloppy Joe's, waiting at this light and scaring the tourists. They're telling me to go, but the light was red. You know, maybe they've had their early morning mimosas. I don't know. But anyway, here we are. We are at the end. I can't believe this broadcast held all the way. A lot of historic buildings. This was fun. I think I might do this again. Let me know if you want me to. And I'll see you back from Key West. Bye.